So now we're going to talk a little bit about expecting a particular object type. You must sit through this video. So notice right here, this very first line, when you are sending an object and it's expecting to receive an object of a particular type, you can send an object created by a subclass, but you cannot send an object created by a superclass. So if you look at this example down here, we have person, which is a class created and they inherit all of the properties of people. Then you have a subclass that is male. It inherits all of the person properties. And then you have boy, which inherits all of the male properties. So you can have different levels of inheritance. So down here we have a method called the method, and it is in its signature, it is expecting a male object. So according to this rule, we could send it a male object, we could send it a boy object, but we cannot send it a person object. You can only send from this method down. You cannot climb the ladder. If you want to think of this a different way, you think of like your grandma, your mom, and you. Your mom inherited traits from your grandma. You inherited traits from your mom, which means you also inherited traits from your grandma. Your grandma did not inherit traits from you. That's crazy talk. So if you look at this code down here, we can create a male object and send the male object. That's okay. We have a boy object. We send the boy object. That's okay too, because it goes down the hierarchy. This is always covered on the AP test. You will all bound to run into questions about it. So it is illegal to send it a person object because person will be going up the food chain or up our hierarchy. So right here is a really good description of what is legal and illegal to do. All right, the last thing that we're going to cover is instance of for lesson 35. So instance of is a Boolean that it determines if an object was created from a particular class. So for this, parent is the superclass, child is the subclass, obj P is a parent object, and obj C is a child object. Okay, so if obj C is an instance of child, it is. It was created in child, so it's true. Obj C is an instance of parent. That's also true because the child is the subclass which inherits all of the traits of the parent superclass. Obj C is an instance of circle. Circle is just a class. It's a random unrelated class, so it's going to return false. Obj P is instance of child is going to return a false because obj P belongs to the parent, not the child. Obj P is an instance of parent, so that returns true. And again, of circle, that's silly because it just returns false because circle is not part of this. You may be starting to kind of figure this out now. So what I want you to do is I want you to come down, it's page 203 in your book. I want you to kind of go over a little bit of this big picture stuff. It's not very long, but this is really, I think that this is going to kind of help solidify the use of this for you. We started this back right before Christmas in lessons 15 and 16, and now we're just adding on to it. Good luck. If you look on Moodle, you have a set of must-do questions. You must do those. You also have a set of extra credit questions. So, good luck. 35 is a lot to take on right now, but this is not necessarily the hardest stuff we've done, but it's pretty involved. So, let me know if you run into questions. Good luck.